Hey guys, it's Jonah here and I'm coming at you with a beer review. Yeah, another one of those. And I'm going back to the Badger set because I found one of these and I have had it before, I think, in a pub. But I haven't seen these in the supermarket that much. Firkin Fox by Badger, obviously down over in Dorset. And this one's 4.6, so we'll call it 4.5. 4.5 for cash. Let's have a look at that. Lovely label on the front. Badger Beers went through a bit of a kind of change lately, but I think they look quite classic. And we got a little neck chief up here, tells you a little bit Auburn citrus hopped beer. It says 4.6 down there, and they've even got the branding, which we all know, on the old cap. Fantastic. As always, on the reverse side, it tells you a little story and gives you the tasting notes here, which I think are fabulous. A couple of breweries do this, and I have talked about this before, but let's read what it says. Inspired by the cunning countryside fox, try saying that after a few beers, this Moorish Auburn ale combines biscuity and aromatic qualities of malts with a citrus hop charge of Celia and Cascade. So, New World hops in this bad boy. Good with food, Mexican food, blah, 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 blah. Trying to get away with the mixing with food, which is fair enough. Some people like to mix their beers with food. Personally, I either drink or I eat food. If I have a beer at a restaurant or with some food, I have to drink the beer first because I can't drink beer while I'm having food. It's really bizarre. I drink afterwards though. A digestive. So it says Auburn in colour, intense citrus hops, taste is biscuity, refreshing and hoppy. Come on, let's get this one down into a glass. There we go. Oh, lots of smoke off this bad boy. Back to the old traditional pint. I like using the traditional pint. The only time is if some beer, it's usually homebrew beers, need a little touch of an extra hand. I'll give the old nucleated a go. Most of the time with these bad boys, I won't bother. Boom. There we go. Lovely colour. Look at that. Sort of goldeny colour there. Really clear. You can see me through there. Clear as a bell. Now, look at that. Nice big foamy bubbles on top. Interesting. And we've got a good finger head. Bit of carbonation, not too bad. I don't know if you can see the bubbles rising up on there. Not too bad. I think Badger tend to get the carbonation right. They're not overcarb. Now we're getting grass, we're getting fruit, but interestingly, we're not getting the kind of peachiness of the Cascade. Celia. Now, I think that's New Zealand, I think, if I remember rightly, and I'm definitely getting a kind of lychee. But we're also getting a bit of sweetness. My palate can just pick up the sweetness. So I imagine this is not being back sweetened, that's not what I'm saying, but has got a lot of residual sweetness, a lot of those long chain molecules when you do your mash. As we all know, your mash tends to work out what kind of sugar molecules are in your wort before it ferments into beer. If you've got lots of long chain molecules, you get a bit of a sweeter kind of thing. Very interesting. Have a look. If you're very interested, have a look at mashing. Beer mashing is just ridiculous. Okay, cheers and beers, guys. Let's dive in. Oh, not too carbs. Ooh, that's very interesting. I am getting more of the malts up front with only a hint of the hops. And it's the Cascade I think I'm getting. Not too bittered. As I said, I thought it was going to be sweet. It is quite sweet. but it's that kind of sweet, beg your pardon, quite carbonated. Yeah, it's that sweetness that comes from the malts. Biscuit malt. I am getting a bit of bread, kind of not a normal loaf, like a sliced loaf. I'm getting a kind of, maybe one of those new kind of French sticks that's doughy in the middle and nice and crispy. You know the ones that they put on special offer just before the shop's about to close and all the grannies go fighting and trying to get a loaf of bread for real cheap. That's what I do. I go and nick it out of the granny's trolley after they bought it. That's just me. It's sweet, but you do have a bit of hop bitterness in the secondary kind of part of the taste. Sweet first, then you've got a bit of bitterness. Dries a little bit in the mouth, and then you get that hops tailing out towards the end. This is quite a well-balanced beer. They haven't quite melded the sweetness and the hoppiness. For me, this particular style of beer is probably more about the malts than about the hops. So I toned down the bitterness a little bit. Aroma, not a problem at all. Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, maybe a tiny bit down. Bit lemony in taste, you know, with that hopness. So you want a nice sweet beer. You've just got a bit of lemon going on, a little bit of fruit going on in the background. And that damn light cheese hanging around, which is nice in the aroma, but in the taste, yeah, not my favourite. I much prefer the golden ones, Golden Champion and Golden Glory. You might even see a review on one of those on my channel, so make sure you click like and subscribe. Please feel free to check out all the other beer reviews. I've done quite well on the beer reviews of late, so check out the back catalogue, see what you like. Hey, it's another opinion, and it might give you a bit of a gauge. Are you a complete hophead? Are you a maltster? Or are you somewhere in between? Guys, this has been Uncle Jonah. As I say, click like and subscribe, otherwise you won't find out what's on the channel next. And we'll see you real soon for more beer reviews, more tasting. Cheers and beers, guys. Oh, sweet, sweet beer.